Okay, so we're I'll share the workout on the screen in a sec here. Just nice, easy pedaling for a bit here. And we're gonna go for 20 minutes, but I'm gonna throw some stuff at you every 3 minutes to do. And then the main set today is pretty simple. It'll be fun. It'll be good.
I feel like Steph's in a different location every time, every Thursday.
You know, I'm actually in a different location this Thursday, but every other Thursday I've come at you from a different location of the cabin. Like, where do you plug in and get Wi-Fi in a log cabin?
Are you in Vancouver right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like a big asshole because we've had this apartment in the city for a long time, and our lease is up at the end of May. And the weekend COVID hit, our landlord wanted to sell, and then open houses got canceled. And then he was like, okay, like, let's extend this on. You can stay month to month. I won't sell. And then we're like, why are we keeping two places? Like, we can't be in the city. This is so ridiculous. So we had to tell him that we were done the end of May. And he's like, well, I can't sell. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I can't pay two rents for like 200, you know? And so it's just
so then will you just, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it feels so vicious, you know? He's like, I can't sell. And I'm like, I don't want to pay your mortgage.
You can get mortgage subsidies.
Maybe. Say what?
Maybe he could get a break on his mortgage right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't, like, no complaints from me, but this building has a swimming pool and a gym that are pretty rad. And actually, there's a ton of triathletes in the building, and they all want to be here because there's great treadmills and a great gym. And I didn't know that, but, like, obviously I've used them and really appreciate it. So the people that are renting here get so mad because the gym is closed, of course.
Right.
They're like, I'm paying for this building. You're like, yeah, well, so is everybody.
Wow.
Anyway.
They're mad the gym was closed during this time?
Well, because they're like, I live in this building for the gym.
Right.
This is people's entitlements in COVID, you know?
Yeah.
That seems kind of odd. I feel like that's sort of a given right now that
Totally.
space would be closed.
I don't know when gyms are even opening.
Well, I saw a thing. Let me show you this thing I saw. Hang on. Oh, no, I saw it on social media. It was like a little infographic of what's opening when. And it, as of today, something's going back. I forget what. But as of Monday to mid next week, they said recreation centers.
Oh, they did.
Yes. I don't know how accurate this infographic was, but I'll see if I can find it again. But I was pretty excited to see that. See here.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I even took a screenshot because I was so excited. Let's see here. You can't see that, can you?
Well, phase 1 and phase 2.
Phase 2, mid-Monday onwards, I guess is a bit vague. But in that category, it says elective surgeries, dentists, chiropractic, physiotherapy, massage, childcare, parks and beaches, restaurants, pubs, hair salons, retail, in-person counseling, offices, recreation and sports, museums, art galleries, and libraries. I guess onward is vague, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that could mean 2 years from now. That's onward.
I'm gonna
Anyway,
drop the kids off at school, go for a beer, get my hair cut, get physio, go for a swim.
that's right.
I mean, it takes me like 2 months to book a hair appointment with my little dude named Boo. And I'm like, do you know how long the backlog's going to be to get in to get a haircut? Unless they want to work hard and like hustle. But I'm like, man, just don't rush. Still going to be a few months.
Yeah.
Speaking of haircuts,
I just shaved my own head. What's that?
check out the mustache.
Yeah. Ruby actually requested that. She's like, next time you shave, can you leave that part and that part? And I was like, okay.
What a doll.
You know, I'm like, she's my girl, so whatever. I'm wrapped around her thumb. No, the other way around. Whatever it is. Yeah, she's a cutie. She's
Can
like,
we talk about her on a bike?
Yeah.
she's hilarious.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Isn't that a fun picture? We've been having so much fun.
I posted from B78.
Yeah, she's good fun. She's sort of does lots of stuff on there. Well, not. I mean, that's a skating move. That's a skating move.
I know, but as a dad, do you worry at all, or like?
Well, she suddenly just rode by one day doing that, so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, not really. Not really. You kind of, it's funny because Dan's kids and our kids play every night. Like they go out on their bikes and we sit in chairs and drink beer like old dudes. And anyway, it's funny because you sort of understand your kids' thresholds more than the others. Because whenever I watch Dan's kids, I'm always like, like freaking out. I'm like, are they going to stop or are they going to get hit by the car? But with my own kids, like I know they're sort of, I just know them. I know they won't do that, hopefully. But Dan also, he doesn't even flinch when his kids are riding around, and I'm always like, so anyway, I think you kind of just it's like getting to know your own dog, that your dog will stop at the crosswalk or not. Anyway. Yeah.
That's okay, Jazz. You flinch when you're watching me ride around.
We all do, Andy. This has been such a fun morning conversation. We're halfway through the warm-up. I'm not actually giving you what I had written down, but that doesn't matter. This conversation is way more fun. Good.
Jazz, I think for Friday, you don't even need a guest. Let's just get coffee. Everybody can just hang out.
We'll chat. We should.
Every time you're just drinking coffee, I'm a little bit jealous that I can't just keep drinking coffee.
That's not my intent. I assure you.
I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I had two really old bike trainers in my garage, and during this time, I've just given, like, a couple people needed loaners, so I've just given them away. They were old school though, like not smart trainer stuff, just old, put pressure on the back tire and away you go. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. So in case you didn't get the message, we won't have a session tomorrow morning. I'm pretty sure everybody in here will. We're zoomed out for now, but we will be back next week, and we'll see about timelines for continuing with everything. Cause as it warms up and if people have lake access or whatever, or pools open, we won't leave you guys stranded. That's for sure. But at some point we'll phase out the regular Zoom stuff. But for tomorrow, we're like, we needed a little break. So I hope that's okay.
Of course.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do though. I'll probably just come here anyway. Open a Zoom chat room. And,
how's your push-ups going?
Miserable. Like the last one where we had a spreadsheet and we were very accountable and it was 100 a day, I did a great job. And then we bumped it to 150 a day and it was just me and Mike, and I've fallen off considerably. So.
Is Mike training through COVID like a crazy person?
I think so. He's probably doing 2 a day, would be my guess.
Yeah.
But he also says that he has, like 3 or 4 drinks every night. So,
Balance.
sort of like, he's like, oh yeah, I sort of looked the other day and I was drinking a beer at like noon.
So
Right
it's
on.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah.
He's kinking for you too, Jeff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Do you
so
think,
what's that?
Jazzy, do you think that we can talk about it when we with more time, but with yesterday's announcement about phase 4 being when large gatherings can happen with COVID, do you think that's when a vaccine is available? Do you think that's what a race is going to be allowed again?
Go again. You sort of cut out a bit there.
So Horgan yesterday said phase 4
Yes.
is when large gatherings will be permitted again, and that's when a vaccine is available.
Okay.
So aside from my business being in real tough shape with no fans in our buildings, I was thinking from a race perspective. I don't know. It didn't sound good to me, but
I don't
I don't
know.
know how they're going to do that.
I've also read Ironman has some. They put a post out, or somebody wrote an article in one of the magazines just about how Ironman is planning to run races.
Right.
So I think aid stations would be very different or non-existent. Stuff like that. So I don't know. And it'll probably depend on the municipality and where they are. Like they may be allowed to do them somewhere and not other places. I think the biggest limitation they're going to have is travel restrictions. Like, if there's a race in the States and you have to go there and quarantine for 14 days and come back and do the same for 14 days. I don't know if people are going to want to do that, but I don't know. I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or they just do they do, I don't know how many, 50 times the number of races with only 50 participants.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
I wonder if they, not for Ironman per se, but if it'll get to a point where, like, geographically, like if you're within 400 kilometers of Penticton in Canada, you can travel to Penticton.
Right.
Or, like if
Yeah.
if it'll become so localized.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But you're right. I didn't really get that far with phase 4, but that does seem to. A vaccine is apparently a long way off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That doesn't help my my livelihood at all, but we'll hang in there.
Yeah.
Wait, Jazzy, before you go on, Chris, does this mean that no hockey games?
It means no hockey games with fans in the building. Right?
Yeah.
You can still play a game. You can still play a game without fans, but you're not making any money at all, right? Like, other than broadcasting that. So not good for revenues.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, our fingers are crossed for you, Chris. I hope maybe they could have people in every third seat or something.
Yeah, there's modeling for that too.
Yeah, there is, eh? I was kind of kidding, but
we're working on it.
Yeah. God, we're in a bizarre time. Anyway, okay, this is great. We got through 17 minutes of that. So in 3 minutes, we're going to start our main set. I'll throw it up on the board. Ignore the warm-up. I had a few little things for you to do, but the main set today is I don't know if you can see that.
Oh my gosh, Jazzy. You have way too many tabs open.
Yeah, I've got this. It is, and I have like 4 browsers with all the same stuff. That I am high level, high functioning stuff. High functioning. So today we're gonna do a really simple set. We're doing 2 rounds of 5 by 2 minutes. And it's sit to stand. And then the second round is stand to sit. So we start with 2 minutes seated. And then every round we add 30 seconds of standing at the end so that the last 2 minutes of that is standing. Now, if standing is an issue for you on your trainer, because I know it's not awesome for everybody, or if you just don't, it doesn't agree with you inside, we'll make that, instead of standing, you go to high RPM. And high RPM would be, say, 10 to 15 higher than what you're doing for the rest of it. So the efforts here for those 2 minute pieces, 85 to 90%. So it should be over that second threshold or over your FTP, if you know those numbers. Or just perceived effort, 8.5, 9 out of 10. Pretty solid efforts. The rest interval between each one is short, but then you get a bigger chunk of rest after the first round. Okay. Everybody good? All right. So we're going to start in about 45 seconds here. Through this first round, I have to zip off. Don't worry, I'll be back real quick. I'm going to disappear for about a minute, and then I'll be back. We're going to start in 30 seconds. So this first one is seated, 2 minutes. Nice and solid. It's not full gear or anything. It's just wherever you feel most efficient, wherever your RPM feels the most powerful. 10 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
So Jazzy wrote the workout. I got fired this morning, team, but I still thought I'd bring the content. So I decided that it would be really fun to write a children's book during COVID that would be appropriate to adults. And whether it's a children's book or not, or just an adult book, I just feel like we need something to capture this thing called COVID and be able to look and say, what are the things we've learned that we didn't know about before COVID? So it's an ABC book, and it's been rather all-consuming. And I thought that maybe during the 3-minute easy, I would share with you my draft ABCs, and you can tell me thumbs up or thumbs down, especially because I know we have parents on this. And Dan, I was really hoping your daughter might be present, but no luck.
Yeah, no, we're good. She's here.
She's here. Oh, I just can't see her. Right on. Hey, you. Team, we have 30 seconds to go. We stay seated for the first round here. 30 seconds. Here he comes.
I made it. 10 seconds.
Are you getting ready to go for a run?
And 5. And awesome. Good. 1 minute easy. Yeah, I'm going to go for a run after. I'm wearing my Vancouver half marathon shirt. So I did the half marathon in the fall because Mike wanted to do it and he wanted someone to pace him. And I haven't done a half marathon in a very long time, and I really didn't want to do it. And it was he dropped out 3K in because he had an injury. And I kept running, and I was just cursing him the whole way. It got real ugly in the last 3K. I'll tell you more about that after the next rep. It was pretty funny, actually. I felt pretty miserable. Okay, 10 seconds. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 90 seconds. Same effort as before. And then we're going to go 30 seconds standing or 30 seconds at an RPM considerably higher than where you're at now. Joanne, you're super smooth on there. That's really, really smooth on the bike. It's nice. It's good. Everybody else too, but I particularly noticed Joanne.
It's the profile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just got a nice turnover. It's really good. Okay, 30 seconds till we switch here. Ten seconds. Going in 5. Ready, and here we go. Standing up or higher RPM? Awesome job, awesome job. Ten seconds. Very good, very good. And good, nice job. Nice job. Way to go. Awesome work, everybody. So Mike roped me into doing this half marathon, and then he bailed 3K in, and I really did want to stop because I wasn't really doing it for me. But I kept going. And the goal was to run 4-minute Ks or faster, which I'm not trying to sound like whatever, but that was pretty easy back in the day. Anyway, I was on pay. I had like 30 seconds in the bank at 18K, and Kylie, our other coach, went by me, and my legs were just blown to pieces. And I ended up going 125.30. And it was, I didn't even have that good high after. I just miserable. 5 seconds. Ready, and here we go. This one's one and one.
Did it make you want to do another race?
No.
No. Okay.
It made me want to go play hockey. A gliding sport. No, I did have fun. I'm not trying to be miserable about it. It was fun to go again and with all those people. 30 seconds until we switch here.
No, but it's always good to know that, like, you have a visceral reaction to not needing to race anymore, and not everyone gets that.
Like, that's true.
Like Mikey.
Yeah.
He keeps racing. It's
I know.
awesome.
I know. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's stand here. 1 minute. Very good, very good. You got this. Nice job, Andy. Job, Chris. That's it, Steph. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Hang in there. Right to the finish here. Nice job. Good. Very good, very good. 2 more, you guys, and then a longer break. Good job. Good job.
So Jazzy, when you went to get changed, I told our friends that I was fired from writing the workout, but I still brought entertainment. And so I have a draft ABC book
Okay.
shared during our recovery.
Okay.
Just FYI.
A draft ABC book.
I wrote a book about ABCs of COVID. And this,
Oh, fun.
you're going to be my first group.
I love it.
Either tell me
it.
to keep going or quit. And that's cool.
I love it. Awesome. Okay, 10 seconds.
This is number 4.
Yep, going in 5 seconds. This one's 30-90. Ready and starting seated here, 30 seconds. Speaking of ABCs, we've been trying to get creative with dinner, so we're going through the alphabet. So we have to pick food that begins with that letter. So last night we had enchiladas. We had enchiladas, E. It was pretty good.
What about tonight?
10 seconds at fish. 5 seconds. Ready, and here we go. That's it. That's it.
I feel like we're handling COVID well because for all things, especially on the West Coast, the weather's been pretty awesome. So if you can be outside still,
Yeah.
you know, it's been pretty great. But typically June is just rainy as heck.
Mhm.
And I feel like these Zoom sessions, this indoor riding consistency is going to translate so well when it rains for a whole month. And we're no longer high on sunshine.
Yeah. We have been lucky. Great job. Great job. You're over halfway of this standing piece here. Awesome work, everybody. Twenty seconds. Hang in there, hang in there. 10 seconds. 5. And good. Awesome job. One more. The shortness of rest is on purpose, so you don't really fully recover. So if you're feeling it, you're not imagining it. That's what's supposed to happen.
I know we're not supposed to talk about people when they aren't here, but Sandra's not here. And what the heck is Sandra doing tomorrow, Coach Jazzy?
What's Sandra doing?
Sandra tells me she's doing 3 Cypress climbs. She's trying to recruit only one socially distant person at a time.
Yeah. Well, Sandra's made the goal to do her do one of those Everesting challenges.
Oh, she's Everesting.
Yeah, but maybe I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay.
But I will anyway. 5 seconds. Last one. This is all standing.
But like in a week, Jazzy?
Big break.
How long?
Here we go. Up we go. Yeah, she's doing it in like mid-July. So she's got to do 10 times up Seymour. She thinks it'll be about 16 hours. And actually, this was the best. I maybe said this on the last time, but the best email I got was that because all the events are canceled, like she's not going to Europe. She usually does boat route or something. And she said, she's like, I'm not sure if I can do this mentally or physically, so I think it's the right thing. It's perfect. It's a great sentence.
That's amazing. Well, I really love that Gary Robbins set no records. He just ran 100 miles on his treadmill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
22 hours of running. And the longest run he had done on his treadmill before was 2 hours in January.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
that's fortitude, you know?
that really is. That's extraordinary. Yeah. Nice job, everybody. Just over 30 seconds to go here. That's it. That's it. That's it. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Hang in there now. And good. Awesome.
And you finish like that.
Yes. Nice work. So you got a minute plus 3. So 4 minutes. Nice and easy here. Very good. Steph, let's hear about your ABC book.
All right, I'm going to get you my draft.
Okay.
So here's where all feedback, all thoughts are highly appreciated, because I started with the theme of the ABCs of the things we learned in COVID. So what have we learned that we didn't know before COVID? But then I also got excited about who have been some of the COVID heroes. And I know that's a little bit overused, but I was just so inspired by the dude who set the deadlift world record. Did you see that?
Yes.
And there's a 1-minute clip on ESPN, and it's just so, what a guy. I was so inspired by him. So I wanted him to be H on my Icelandic hero names. But okay, are you ready? Dan, your daughter matters here.
She's listening.
So A is actually up for discussion. I don't know. B, banging cots at 7 p.m. C, coughing into your elbow. D, Dr. Bonnie Henry for president. E, elevated anxiety. F, face masks, DIY. H, how many days has it been? I, isolating from my friends sucks. J, join the video call. K, the kids are home. L, learning new things. M, monotony every day. N, Netflix on overdose. O, outdoors are off bounds. What the heck, Ma? P, go play by yourself. Q, quarantine. R, recession, or maybe reality sets in. S, social distancing. T, 2 meters apart for life. U, to be determined. V, ventilators. W, work from home. X is for closing your Zoom browser. Y, yesteryear. Z, life on Zoom. Yay.
Hey, I like that. That's really good.
Good.
I like that.
I just want to say that, like, most of these things we didn't know. Like, we didn't cough in our elbow and stay 2 dots apart.
Yeah,
That's the draft.
I think it's great.
How do we capture COVID?
Mm.
So I put that out there, and I'm open to.
I think it's excellent. What I've struggled to understand, we have 30 seconds, by the way. We're starting.
Great recovery.
That was perfect. It's like a commercial break. You're right. So we're going to start with 2 minutes standing and go the other way this time. Okay? We're going to go in 10 seconds. I'm going to pose a question to you during this one that hopefully somebody can answer. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So my question is, you don't have to answer it while you're standing up, is Zoom has caught fire. I'd never heard of Zoom before this, but I've heard of Google Hangouts, I've heard of Skype, I've heard of, why is this platform winning this race and becoming the thing? Is it just way easier to use? Again, you don't have to answer. Maybe somebody who's more techie than me can be like, oh, it's because of this. That's what my question is.
I think you'd have to open another tab though, Jeff.
I have to open another tab.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going.
I don't know if this is actually true. I'm just trying to think through it right now. But there are many parameters on the other platforms. And Zoom almost felt like they had the largest, it's like you could have many people for 40 minutes before you had to pay.
Yeah.
And because it was like the largest gateway to entry, I mean, they've probably converted 80% of free paying customers to paid accounts.
And I think it's like the functionality of it. Like you can have a webinar with 200 people without their video on, or you can have meetings, like you can make it as intimate or as like broadcast like as you want also.
Totally.
And take a seat. Nice job. What I'm hearing is that this also confuses me though, is like the other platforms are like Facebook and Skype, like they're not small. They're not like entry level things. How come they didn't have all this figured out? Why were their platforms so much harder?
Well, you know, there was a lot of pushback on video. A lot of the people that invested in Zoom had invested in early technology, and people were like, oh no, just to your point, you know, like there's video functionality over here. We're not going to need that. People aren't going to be working from home remotely, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And now
10 seconds. So they just made it easier. The platform's easier.
Yeah. They probably like already had the framework.
Ready. And here we go. 90 seconds up, you guys.
yeah, would you say, Lynn? Like, I feel like it was just the chosen place to have large conversations.
And it's probably a little more professional than like if you have to have a meeting with your team from work. Being like, oh, let's meet on Facebook. Whereas Zoom is like a separate entity. And you can control a little more who comes in with the password functionality and that kind of thing.
I don't know why Skype missed out. Like, they really missed that boat.
Yeah. Because everybody used to use Skype, but
Yeah.
now.
It's so fun to say, right? Zoom. Let's Zoom.
Yeah.
Also easy to record. I don't know, I've never tried recording on other platforms.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
I record a weekly podcast on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Very good, very good. You guys have just over 20 seconds left here, and then you're going to have a seat. When you sit, don't get lethargic. Get your legs spinning right away, hey? 15 seconds. Ready in 5. And take a seat, spin up your legs. Let's go, let's go. That's good, very good. Right to the finish here, very good, very good. 5 seconds. And good. Nice work. You guys are doing a great job this morning. I know this is a tough one. Yeah, you're doing awesome. That transition was really good for everybody. Going standing to seated sometimes feels worse than the other way around. But eventually you kind of kick out that lactic acid and settle in. 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about form standing up?
Yeah, I'll have a look at that.
So my question is, I can get to a point where I'm leaning way too much on my arms and my ass is sticking out.
Right.
Yet if I get really upright, I feel like my hips are way too far forward.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Okay.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and up we go for 1 minute. 1 minute. So Andy's question about form standing up. Couple things to say. First of all, indoors is always really awkward because you move, but the bike doesn't. But outside, the bike will move and you don't really move. Like when we're outside, the body stays pretty still and the bike rocks underneath. So if it feels awkward inside, it's because you're not really doing it the same way you would do it outside. So don't worry about that too much. Yeah, like your body has to move around a little bit. But out on the road, if you're doing it properly, the bike will rock underneath you and the upper body stays pretty quiet.
Okay.
And
Nice.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. And take a seat, spin up the legs, get right into it here. That's really good. Nice job, Joanne. Right back to that nice rhythm. Very good, very good. Lynn's, good job. Chris, good. Keep your upper body a little quieter there, Chris. You're kind of moving. Just relax. Put all that energy into your legs. And then, Andy, back to address your question about standing outside. Like, if you feel awkward when you're standing outside as well, that's maybe different. Inside, I wouldn't put too much weight on it in terms of, it's awkward inside. Especially with your own bike on a trainer, which isn't always super stable. 10 seconds. 5, right to the finish here. Come on. And good, nice and easy. Those like Peloton bikes or the, bikes you find at an indoor spin space like where Steph works at Method, they're really heavy and really stable. And they're like that for a reason, so that you can, they don't really move much, but they're super heavy. Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, Andy, but.
No, that's good.
Maybe like more core engagement, so you have that stability in the upper body to build like power off of.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's a good cue.
Good.
10 seconds. 5. So 30 seconds standing here. Ready, and up we go. Let's have 2 more. Hey, final stretch. Very good, very good.
I have a new challenge not that you need one, over your 100 push-ups.
Yep.
And it's a 5-minute plank.
Oh, gosh. I'd love to try that. 5 seconds. And take a seat, spin it up here. Settle in right away into a good rhythm. I love the 5-minute plank idea. I'm going to give that a whirl.
Well, Lynn's just made me think of it about core and standing. And you set your timer for 5 minutes, your stopwatch, and you plank. And if you falter, you need a rest, you go down for 5 seconds and pop up again.
Cool.
And so you hold 5 minutes with as many 5-second breaks as you need. And the goal is to decrease your 5-second breaks.
I like that. Keep going, keep going. 30 seconds here. Joanne, you're seriously one of the smoothest riders and the most relaxed up front. Like, that's a really if you're looking for a little bit of a good visual, Joanne's solid. Okay, that's it. Yeah, you're just like so relaxed. The legs move underneath you. It's super smooth. It's great.
Thank you. That's good to know. I've been working on my core. After the talk on Friday with Chloe Murdoch about your deep core muscles, Linz, I looked it up and have been doing some of that. And wow, what a difference it makes in how sore you are. You think, oh, I'm doing crunches and ab work and whatnot. But when you try to activate those really deep core muscles and train them, holy smokes, you can tell.
Yay, last one here, 20 seconds. Last big push here. Going in 10. This is all seated. Ready, and here we go. All seated, nice and strong. That's it, Andy. Great job, buddy. Nice job, Dan. Very good, very good. Way to go, Steph. Nice job, Chris. That's a minute. One more to go here. That's it, Linz. Good job, Joanne. Keep going, keep going. Stay on top of the gear here. 30 seconds.
I feel like, what would Sandra do on rep 16 of Seymour?
Quite the challenge she's got. It's kind of fun. 10 seconds. And nice job. Nice and easy. You can still see my screen, which clearly indicates I can't do math because that doesn't add up to an hour. I just realized. I'm like, something doesn't add up here.
Well, yes, it does, because then you do 3 minutes easy and 4-minute cool down.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thanks,
And you're
Steph.
right on point.
Exactly. That's what I meant to do.
I've been reading your workouts for a long time. I know how to capture these minutes.
Is my math usually off? Gosh,
No, never. It's spot on if you just remember that there's a 3-minute easy after this set.
Okay. Thanks, Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, is Sandra doing Cypress or Seymour?
Seymour.
Because there was a guy at Method who is Everesting Cypress, And there's a Cypress Hill Climb Challenge race
Yes.
that happens in the summer. And he wanted to start his Everest of Cypress at such a time that he would literally ride all through the night. And his final climb was going to be the race. That's what he wanted to do this summer.
Wow.
And he was like getting people to sign up for shifts to ride with him from, midnight to 2 a.m., etc.
Yeah.
But okay, Sandra's doing Seymour.
Yeah, she wants to do Seymour. Again, keep it under your hat.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, she may not want people to know, but
But we
yeah.
love Sandra, and she's crazy like that, and it's so cool.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure most people know what we're talking about, but this thing, Everesting, is where you ride the vertical gain of Everest like in one shot. So, 29,000, basically 30,000 feet is what she's going to ride in one go. So the Seymour climb, I think I guess we can do the math on that. If she's riding at 10 times 30, so it must be 3,000 feet a gain, roughly. Yeah, something like that. Hey, put up your hand if you've ridden the Seymour or Cypress climbs here in Vancouver. Steph? Yeah, Chris? Joanne, have you? No? Lindsay, have you?
No.
What about Andy?
Yeah.
So Vancouver is just like incredible. I mean, you're in the middle of a big city, but in about half an hour you can ride. It's basically the roads that go up to the ski hills. So there's Cypress, Seymour, and Grouse. Grouse isn't that awesome, right? But the climbs up Seymour and Cypress are, I mean, Steph, what are they, an hour of climbing? And it's like quiet road just getting to the base of a ski hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because the parks have been closed, they've been closed for cars.
Right.
So right now it's just cyclists.
Yeah. And they're really quite extraordinary climbs to have that close to a city. I mean, you basically go from, sea level, Vancouver sea level, and you climb out of the city, and then you get to the entrance to the road, and it's got to be, I mean, it must be a few thousand feet of climbing. I should know that number. Maybe Steph does.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not great at, it's like 12 to 14K climbs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I forget elevation.
Yeah.
But can I tell you a story? We have 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
So lots of people, especially in North Van, like they dig the Everest thing. Like you can find a lot of people that want to Everest something at some point in time.
Yeah.
And one weekend last summer, I was riding from the cabin back home for my long ride. It's only 120K. I mean, it's a little bit hilly, of course, but, Sunday ride, I was going to ride back. And I think, that's pretty okay. Nothing boastful, just a ride. Well, I catch up to these two dudes in Squamish because the traffic is horrendous, or was horrendous on the weekends. And they're like, hey, can we sit on your wheel while we get through this traffic? I was like, yeah, sure. We end up chatting at a red light. This is Sunday afternoon. They had left North Vancouver at 4 a.m. They had rode from North Van to the end of Pemberton, ate a burger in Pemberton, and were on their way home. And that was their Sunday. And they were like in Squamish bonking. And I was like, way to put some little chick in her 30s in her place. These guys were like 50 plus, like hanging on. And it was like a 300-kilometer day.
Wow.
How long had that must be what, 10, 12 hours?
12 hours, yeah. So maybe it was more like what would that have been? Well, yeah, close to 300K.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. So I just love that story because it's like Sandra, you want to find someone doing epic shit, get on your bike, and there is someone who's doing something super cool today.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, this is really cool, team. I don't know about you, but like I'm super ever seeing Zoom right now. And I'm totally okay with that.
Jazz,
Yeah.
hey Jazz, I got
Yeah.
a retro poster from back in the day.
Oh, I used to love that.
Oh,
That is a classic.
I want to make sure that you. I'm
Is that
trying to
you?
get it lined up. Yeah, that's my friend Mark Allen.
That's
oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, and what's the text at the bottom is, I used to love that poster.
it's eat right, get lots of sleep, drink plenty of fluids, go like hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just look at the bike, and there's no technology to it at all, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's just really interesting. So that's my contribution to today's retro moment.
I love it.
Love it.
That's awesome.
You also have a pretty sacred jersey on there, Andy. Bikeworks
Yeah.
is hurting right now.
I know they moved, eh?
They moved.
Yeah.
Bikeworks is on Alihi now, but Alihi
Yeah.
is apparently a ghost town.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hartford, great.
That's awful. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Our condo's basically empty for a year.
Jazzy, I think your finish line has come.
Oh yeah, but you guys can stay on as long as you want. Just hang out. Hey, so yeah, we won't be on tomorrow, but we'll be back next week. And yeah, thanks for jumping in, everybody. That was a fun group this morning. I feel like we had really good chat.
Thanks so much for doing this. It's really fun to be able to connect with all of you from all the way out here, and I get to see you guys every day.
Totally.
It's been fun. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
Hey, Steph.
good.
Hey,
Well,
Steph.
thank you.
What up?
You know that deadlift guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's like 500, whatever the deal was, right?
501 kilos.
Yeah, okay. So my immediate point of reference to that was, that's 8 Andys.
That's amazing. 4 on each side.
I want to find the clip for you. Oh, I've got it here. I'll maybe I'll see if I can forward the YouTube clip around, because it is quite extraordinary. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Oh, I'll send you his 1-minute interview. He has like one little line in there that just rocked my world.
Cool. I'll see if I can text to the group here that link. It's definitely worth watching.
Love it.
Cool. See you, Dan.
See you, Dan.
Bye, Dan.
Bye, Dan.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Thank you,
Hey,
Jazz.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys.